What is up, TBC? It's your boy, Tough Bill. It's coming back at you guys with yet another Mustang video. I hope you guys do like this video. It's especially made for you. So let's go ahead and get the Mustang a cold start. What's up, fam? Welcome back to another video from Silver Bullet. I got some really good news, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this one because I'm going to compare something and show you what the difference is between these two products and why you should buy this product and run it in your Mustang Ecoboost V8 or V6. So this is what I actually received in the mail. I put an order in for it probably on Friday, and I barely got it today. So I wanted to share with you guys. I'm pretty sure you're already going to know what the topic of the video is going to be, as you can see that blue piece of junk over there. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. I bought two of them, just to let you know. They are a universal fit. The number you can look up on Amazon or CJ Pony Parts. They sell the same kit. I'm going to go ahead and open up the box here. You know not to run these with a PCV valve because it could damage the pressure in the PCV valve. Let's go ahead and show you the difference between these two big guys, and they do package them pretty damn well. Here is this. This is a single catch can, very heavy, as a matter of fact, and they actually have what you can see is an in and an out, and it also has, as well as an in and out, it comes with a dipstick. So all you gotta do is unscrew it, and you can go ahead and check your oil level on the dipstick. Really nice for the price that I actually paid for this. If you guys wanted to run a filter, so all you gotta do is unscrew this big guy right here, slap in the fitting, and you guys can run it. This can is super heavy. It's not that big.
That's what she said.
It can pretty much fit anywhere. The only sucky thing about this can is it did not come with a bracket, and I'm going to show you guys what I did with that. So the comparison between both of these cans is that this one is a very large can. It's a hollowed can. There's nothing in that can. The drain plug is right there. It has this little gauge on it, which will tell you if it's full or empty. It has a filter, which did not come with anything to replace this filter to put anything else on that. I'm going to open up this one. I'm going to show you guys what's inside. It's pretty easy. It opens from right here, so it pretty much unscrews like a cap. So this is the can. Go ahead and... So this right here, this is the stem that you guys will see. That's the pretty much to tell what the fuel gauge is at. There's the baffle right here on the bottom of the can, and the inside of the can looks like that. Very heavy still, even without the top piece. So I am gonna lubricate this thing to make it from making that loud screech noise. They do give you guys should know what this is. If you don't, well, there's a problem, because this is also used in piping when you're doing your home's piping and stuff like that. The threads, you don't want it to leak. So you're gonna be putting that around these threads right here and threading them in. Like I said, it's a universal kit, so it's gonna come with several attachments. And of course your screws down here, you pretty much got everything you need. And then you also get, do you guys know what this is? Yeah, steel wool. That goes on the bottom of that can. Catch the oil. That's what comes in the kit. It also has a crappy, very crappy tube that came with this. Take that tube, throw it in the trash, go to your local part store. Alright, so now that we had a little look-see of what this catch can actually comes inside of this box right here, if you guys want to order 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever your guys' score that you guys actually need for your guys' cars, the link will be down in the bio, so go ahead and check that out. This catch can right here, super duper easy. I'm gonna actually show you guys how to put this whole catch can together, for the passenger side. We're just doing the driver's side right now. So I'm gonna go check the motor, see if it's cool enough for me to do it, and we're gonna go ahead and install the driver's side. So here we are in front of the motor, guys. If you guys don't know this already, you're gonna be needing a 10mm socket to unbuckle your negative terminal. So make sure you guys do that. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out your air intake. This might seem like a lot of work compared to most of the people online, but if you accidentally break your plastic clip, this is gonna be the best way to do it. You can let that hang right there. I'm gonna take out this box right here, which requires a 10mm. So once you get the screw out and the box is kind of ready to come out, this is a long screw, so take your time, be patient. It is a long screw. Because we're going to be taking this guy off, which is your intake, your whole intake system. So we got to take off the intercooler tubing, which also requires a flathead. Alright, so once you are done taking the tube off from the intake, you're going to go ahead and take off this tube right here as well. This one's attached by a bolt and a couple of things. Don't break one like I did, but should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the manifold. You're gonna get your 10mm socket. And you're gonna get your intake off. Let's go ahead and start unscrewing your intake. Alright, so if you guys thought I wasn't gonna show you where all the holes were, come on, who do you think I am? Some other YouTuber? I don't do that stuff here on TVC. Of course I'm going to show you where these bolts are hidden. So we got 5 bolts here sitting pretty well right here. Make sure you do not lose these bolts. Very important. Do not lose those bolts. Let's go over here to the engine. Alright, so as you can see, I have mine taken off. My ports are not dirty, so that's a good thing. That means not too much oil is getting into the intake right now. I mean, I'm hard on it, trust me, I am, just not as much. So there is one hiding underneath here, which will be on the side of this right here. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go through this hole right here with a long extension to reach that hole. You got one right here where this gray used to be, but I broke that one, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. And there's one here, and then there's one here, and then there's one right on the bottom of this part right here. You'll feel it, trust me. So make sure you take off your gasoline and your brake line and all of the cords and connectors and stuff that these new cars have. Be really careful of this area. This general area right here. You do not want stuff going in there. So don't be sticking toys or whatever in there. It's not, no, don't do that. It's bad. Well, to help you guys, I'm going to suggest putting tape over this section right here so that nothing gets into these ports. This is your intake ports. Don't let anything get into it. Same thing goes for your exhaust ports. Don't let anything go into it. Same thing with this guy right here. Don't let anything go into it. Your intake, turbo intake, everything. Don't let shit go in there, guys. I'm serious about it. I've seen somebody that commented on somebody else's YouTube and said, hey, you taught me how to do it wrong, and that wasn't the chance. I actually watched dude's video and he told them, don't put anything in there. Cover with tape. Basically, what we're gonna do now, guys, I finally got this thing off. You're gonna see this hose on the bottom right here, and yours will look different than mine because I already had a catch can on here before. So mine's not pushed all the way up. It's supposed to be all the way up to that line right there. You want to make sure it's there. That will prevent leaks. There's also another one on the bottom of this, which goes to your pan. That one you take off if it doesn't have a line to it already. If this one leads to that one, to your pan, leads to your intake, take them both off. There's not even going to be that long of a tube. It's probably going to be about 6, maybe 7 inches long with the connector connected to them. take it off, cut the connectors at a point, get the fittings, put this tube through it. That way you can just snap them right back in again. Me, on the other hand, I have to do it and trust that I'm not gonna have any bends or anything in my tubing. So this is gonna be a project and a half because I have to make sure there is no bends in the tubing. Remember, vacuum, guys. It is a vacuum line. Don't mess it up. Hopefully you got the intake put back on the right way with the right bolts. Make sure all 5 are in the same spot you took them out of. The torque spec. I put the catch can on. I made sure that the fuel rail and everything would push back in the little slots. Put the cables back on. The last thing that I need to do now is put the hoses on the catch can. So this is basically what it will look like when you have it on. It will be a long screw like this. I put a nut on each side, so one on the bottom and one on the top. That way it gives it the strength like this. You're gonna hear this though when you're driving, so keep that in mind. You might hear that because it's rubbing against this line right here, unless you put something rubber on there. I don't know what you're gonna do with that. But so the one coming from the engine, which is right here, this one goes into the inner, and the one coming from the out, which is the intake, you're gonna be putting that one in the outer. It says it right there, out and in. So make sure you guys follow directions on that though, because remember, these work specifically from out to in. So air has to go in and it has to come out. So keep that in mind. My car just made a fart noise, and I guess it's typical. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna end up doing. We are going to test start it after I'm done. I have the battery disconnected. I did connect it for a split second to open the door, so I already know I'm probably gonna have check engine lights. So I'm gonna have to reset the lights tomorrow when I go to work. That's cool. Now, that's all we have to do, guys, is connect it. Easy does it. Make sure you guys put the hose clamps on each of the sides of the hoses. Don't just stick the hose on there. It'll pop off and you'll start leaking, and then you'll start high idles and everything else. So make sure it's on. Stay tuned for the next video, because the next video coming out is going to be the passenger side. Yes, there is a passenger side to the Ecoboost. Those V8 owners, trust me, you want it, especially by the turbo. So I'm definitely going to be doing that one. That's going to be on the next video. This one I really wanted to get done because I already had it done. I would not suggest tubing like this. This tubing bends. If you can, upgrade it to the plastic. Just get plastic ones like this to where you can get it hot enough to bend it down. That way it doesn't warp out and cut off the circulation, basically. You definitely don't want that. I, on the other hand, am definitely going to be looking for some tubing that is about the same size right here, and that is plastic, because, well, I'll feel more safer that way. Something that I can just bend myself and get it all aligned in here, make it look pretty. But for right now, this is all I got to work with. You're not going to see much of it anyways, minus the catch can. So let's go ahead and hook up these lines, guys. Like I said, stay tuned for the next video coming live to you guys next Friday. It's going to be beautiful, guys. Let's keep modding, keep building, and always remember, guys, if it ain't tough, then it's not worth building, guys. I also want to take this time, guys, to thank every single person that has smashed that subscribe button, that's been hitting the thumbs up on my videos. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys are making it for me to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Let's keep growing this fam. All of you should know exactly what to do at this point. If you are new, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell on the side so you guys get notified when I do go live. Share this video with your mom, your dad, your cat, your bird, your mouse. Just let's get this video shared Let's grow TBC, guys. I thank you for the ones that did. I truly do appreciate it, and I'm not gonna stop thanking you guys because you are the reason why I'm here today. I also like to hear your guys' thoughts on an aftermarket catch can or a catch can that costs like super dog cheap. Don't worry, they're not gonna stay in there forever. I'm eventually gonna be getting some JLT catch cans, but this is just for the meantime to keep the blow by from actually entering my intake and the turbo, which that will be next week's video. So let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys think about this video. My name is Tough Builds. It was my pleasure of doing this video for you guys. I love you all. I will see you in the next banger.
So far.